Hello and welcome to Sports 5 TV. Today we're joined by 2003 World Cup winner Jason Robinson. Nice to meet you, Jason.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. So here today at the O2 Think Big, tell us about the new initiative you've signed up to.
Yeah, I'm excited to be working with O2 on the Think Big programme. It's a programme that will work with lots of unemployed young people, help them with various skills, gain things like digital skills, work experiences, and hopefully help them to get one foot on the career ladder. So it's great for me as an ex-professional and being able to work alongside the young people. We've also got the the Touch Tour, which will see me working with 250 young people, again unemployed, and be teaching some of the skills that I've gained over the years in rugby, training, coaching. They'll also be going on and being able to run programs themselves. So for me, it's all about working with young people, inspiring them, getting them involved. Some of them won't even have played rugby before, but I think it's key because some of them need a little bit of help in their careers. So through the Go for the Big program, they will be able to get careers advice, help, and hopefully we can do something positive and they can go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you've spoken about quite a hard childhood growing up. How important do you think this scheme would have been for perhaps you back in the day?
I would have loved this because I left school and I didn't have 15, didn't have any qualifications and didn't know what to do. So this is great. People can just go to gothinkbig.co.uk and they can get the advice, they can get support. O2 have helped over 400,000 people last year alone. So if you think of what I've come from that environment and gone on and affected so many people over the years because of what I've done, because somebody gave me an opportunity and I took it, I worked hard, I used the core values of rugby, discipline, leadership, respect, and if you can use those skills, it's amazing what we can do with 400,000. If one person from Leeds, Council Estates in Leeds and little Jason Robinson has gone on to affect millions of people, what's it going to be like, with these numbers, 400,000 people? They'll go back home to the families, in the communities and create a very positive change.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously we could touch on Rugby Six Nations, the dust has settled. How do you think it went for England? Bit frustrating to finish runners up again, but overall, how do you think it went?
Yeah, they'll be disappointed because ultimately it's about winning. When you set off on a campaign, you want to win, you want to finish first, you want to win a championship or a Grand Slam. As it happened, they finished second. It was a very exciting end. Yep. We're all entertained in that last day, so many tries, just an amazing thing. But when you strip it down, there were probably two games that England underperformed in, and that was against Ireland and also Scotland. Against Ireland, we were quite naive, gave away too many penalties, discipline was poor, Sexton, punished us for that. And also the aerial bombardment that, our guys got, we didn't deal with it at all, and that just made sure that Ireland's confidence was really good, and, ultimately they won the game. Against Scotland, we created so many opportunities, but failed to turn them into points, and that really came back to haunt us on the final day. But there were lots of good things there, and as long as we learn from those mistakes, let's be honest, we only lost the championship by 6 points. Yeah. It's not not like we lost 2 or 3 more games than anybody else. It's a very, very fine line. But that said, England now have finished that and are looking forward to what will be the biggest year in rugby history. It's a World Cup, it's in England, and it's so exciting for me as an ex-player. So I can just imagine what it must feel like for those guys that are preparing, that are hoping that they're named in that squad. They'll be looking to finish the season off on a high, so that their thoughts are clearly on a massive goal. It take a lot to win a World Cup. Yeah. I played in 3, got to the final in all 3, so I understand the process. I know what it's like to lose a final, but I also know what it's like to win a final, and that feeling can never be replaced. So it's a great opportunity for the team.
Absolutely. And how do you think the squad are, going into? You perhaps argue that there's a lot more players now. When you played back in 2003, it was quite a core, 20, 22 guys that would be on the team sheet, everyone's team sheet. Lancaster's got, 30 guys that you could potentially beat. So could you think that could be a bit of a worry when you've got to put this 7-game streak together and, ultimately try to win a World Cup?
Yeah, it's a big challenge for any coach. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be dips in form. There's going to be guys that are come out the shadows and are really playing well. So that just creates healthy competition, and you need a good squad. You need everybody to buy into the system, because come a World Cup time, if you lose 6-7 players, you've got to have people that can jump straight in and hit the ground running, so to speak. So it'll take a massive squad effort from England, but that's the challenge of it. That's what they're working hard for. And as I say, when you've given so much and then you achieve the ultimate goal, it's all worthwhile. But they'll be getting beasted. Training wise, it's going to be pain.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of pain. But this is not just the build up for the World Cup. Doesn't just happen a couple of months before. Yeah. It's been going on for years. It's been trying to bring young players through. It's trying to work with different combinations. So there's still a few open for England. Not every position is nailed down. So that just gives lots of other people, that opportunity to go out there and really play some good stuff. And hopefully, Stuart Lancaster then won't, leave you aside. You want to make sure that you're playing really well, and he thinks he's got a chance with me. And you never know in World Cup. So. But it's going to be exciting no matter what, because one of 6 teams really could win it. New Zealand are going to be, I suppose, most people's favourites, because they are a very good team. But England have a very tough group in Australia, Wales, so that's going to take a big effort just to get out of that group. But you've got South Africa as well. You've got Australia, and there's some real Ireland. There's some real key teams there. So. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, definitely. On a bit of an unrelated note, as a rugby league convert yourself, how do you think Sam Burgess is doing, firstly? And what do you make about the news of Kevin Sinfield signing on to play for Carnegie next year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Sam Burgess. I think he's a fantastic player. Lots of people saying he's not done too much at the moment. He's not been successful, but my argument would be he's come into a game that he didn't understand, never played before, yet he's still holding down a first-team place, and it's at Bath. I mean, they're a very good team. They've got some great centres, so for him to be doing that is an achievement in itself. I think everybody wants everything to happen yesterday, and unfortunately, in sport, in life, in business, it takes time. So I think he'll just continue to work hard, and if he does that, I'm sure with his attitude. And also the skills that he has. I mean, he's a brute. Yeah. He's 6'4", 6'5", 18 stone. He's pretty quick. I'd like to see him just doing a lot more in rugby union like he did in league, and that is just picking somebody out, getting the ball, picking somebody out, and just terrorising them. I'd love to see that more often, and also, in defence, he's known for his big hits. Yeah. Just getting more involved. Using that power, using the experience that he's got, and just bringing out the best in him. Because one of the things you can fall into as a league player going into rugby union is becoming a union player. I think if you can just go into rugby union and keep those same attributes, strengths as you do in league, I think that's the key thing, because the game is far more complex than league, and sometimes your head can be spinning with all the intricacies of scrums, lineouts, what do I do at the breakdown, etc., and then just fail to use really what you're about. And for me, that's his power. So I'm sure he's just going to get better and better. As for Kevin Sinfield, it was a bit of a surprise to see that he'd gone to Yorkshire Carnegie. But they share the same training base as well, so he's not got too far to go. He's been a fantastic player in league for Leeds, for England. Great role model, great attitude, and I suppose for him, at the age he's at, it's probably just doing something a bit different in his last couple of seasons. I think every now and again you just need to do something else, just to refresh it. You know, he's achieved so many things within the game, and with Leeds as a captain, he probably is thinking, well, you know, there's nothing more I can achieve there. I'll give this a go. So, you know, I wish him well. It's not going to be easy, but you know, he's got all the skills. Again, great attitude. You know, very good player. So, you know, I wish him well.
And it's been recently announced you're taking up a media role for the World Cup for ITV. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think just being around the competition, it's going to be fantastic. Having played in 3 World Cups, you know, I've had some amazing experiences, and it's probably the closest I'm going to get to another World Cup. Is just standing on the sideline, just watching the guys and just you know, giving my input into the games. But yeah, it's exciting times, and I think everybody wants to be involved with the World Cup, and that's one of my better opportunities to get in and amongst it.
Okay, brilliant. Cheers, Jason.
You're welcome.